I can't like.
Hey, what were you about to say?
I can't push in because I have a cat.
Then get rid of the cat. Just throw her out
No,
the window.
I love
We don't
this
need no
kitty.
stinking cats.
She's my baby. Hi, everyone.
Hey, everybody. We're doing a book club today. I don't know if you guys have ever read these books, but if you didn't, you could still hang out. If you
You'll just get major spoilers.
if you did read them, you'll have a better time. So you could always come back later. Go read the book. Spend like about 20 hours reading one of them. No, 26 hours. 26 hours
27.
reading one, and then come back. And this one is only like 10 hours, so we're okay. Also, we already posted the books for next month. They're up in the little eye up in the top. So just click on that, scroll down, vote for whatever the options. We have 4 options on there. You want to talk about them first? All right, so these are the options. We got, what is this?
Alchemist of Loom.
Robin Hobb's Assassin's Apprentice. Scythe. And
Witcher.
The first Witcher book.
So, basically, Netflix is coming out with the Witcher series, and I want to read the books, so that's the first of the Witcher. Scythe, I'm sure like everyone knows what it's about by now. Robin Hobb, I know nothing about this book besides it's about a person named Fitz, and it's in
he's an assassin's
fantasy.
apprentice.
Yeah, and I hear that Robin Hobb is really good.
Also, he looks like a hobbit, and it says Hobb right there. So,
and then this
that's
one
the thing.
is about like, ow, did you cut her nails?
I did not cut her nails.
You liar.
Okay.
Like
why would I cut her nails? Like, that's not my job. She's your cat. I cut my dog's nails. That's my job.
She's good with clockwork machinery.
What is that?
And
oh, the alchemist one?
There isn't a place in Loom that's secure from the engineer turned thief. And she's trying to usurp the Dragon King. I don't know. I'm just like really into fantasy this week.
So vote at the little eye right there. We'll remind you throughout the video to vote again, but just go and vote because we're going to be checking that out at the end to decide what we're reading next month. Sound good? Thanks. Now let's talk about the books. We read Waking Gods. Is it Waking Gods?
Yeah.
I almost wrote Walking Gods before when I was Waking Gods, which is the second book in the what is this called? Theseus?
Themis or something?
Themis? The Themis Saga or whatever, which
Files.
is Themis Files. That's what it is. Yeah. Second book, and then this is the first
Name
book.
Of the Wind. What book do you guys want to talk about first? Because I know some people didn't finish this one.
Just pick one. Like, it's gonna take 30 seconds for them to respond, and we're just gonna sit here like idiots. Let's talk about this. Okay, so this is the second book. If you guys didn't read the first one, you should because it's really good. What'd you think about it?
I gave it a 5.
A 5? Okay, yeah, I think I did too. I read it like 3 months ago.
That series is just so good.
It is so good.
So good.
When are we gonna read the third one?
So I forgot to mention that. No matter what book you guys choose here, we're going to be reading the third one to this one, which I meant to tell you to grab it and I forgot.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are we doing that?
We always do 2 books, and that's going to be one of the books.
Oh, okay. So these 4 are just.
You got one option.
Okay. See, you gotta tell me these rules here. I'm like, you're throwing in new rules to me, and I don't even understand. All right, so we're reading the third book. I was actually wondering. I was like, when are we gonna read the third book? I was like, you didn't even give us an option for that this month. All right.
No, it's gonna be a thing.
All right, so the third one is called Only Human.
Yep. But yeah, this one, I just loved it. So this is where we get into spoiler territory. If you guys have not read this series, you should. It's awesome. But what I loved about this book is, like, I loved and hated that one of our main characters died. And I think she's, like, legit dead. I don't think they're going to bring her back like they did What's-Her-Face.
Yeah, I haven't finished the third book.
I was thinking for a period of time, like, ooh, they made a copy of What's-Her-Face, Rose.
Yeah. So
like,
they probably did that to her, too.
They probably did that to her.
Yeah.
But then again, it was little old guy in the Chinese restaurant that made the copy of her.
So my favorite thing...
he's like my favorite character. Our narrator died.
I know, he was the best.
What?
And when that happened, I was just like, man, this book's so good because he was like by far, in my opinion, the best character, and they just like killed him off, and he went out like good. Like he explained a lot of stuff. He kind of gave us all that information, his background, like how he became who he is, and all of that. That was really cool. And I love.
But he's still a mysterious character. Like, even though they told us a little bit about him.
Basically, he was doing everything by himself.
Yeah.
Like, that was the cool thing.
We thought, like, the whole time it was some, like, government, like, secret thing, but it was really just him. Alright, let's see what people are saying before we rant too much. Kristen gave it a 4.5. Samuel loves our channel.
Thanks.
Katie gave it a 4, but would like to continue. So if you want to continue, we are going to be reading it next month. I love when an author's not afraid to kill main characters when the story needs it. That's what T said. I agree. I think, like, even though I didn't really care about Kara, but then again, she was a really well-written character.
Yeah.
But how they wrote Vincent after she died.
I was so surprised about him.
I literally cried.
Because, like, I didn't care about him at all. I was like, this guy's dumb. He's too cocky. But then, like, now I love him. He's great.
He's a great character. And now he's, like, becoming a father. But I feel like the daughter has a lot of him in her because he's just, like, she's very, like, nonchalant about the whole thing. Kind of like, she lost her parents, the only ones she ever knew. I
think she's really annoying, but she's a teenager.
Yeah.
They're all annoying. You guys are all annoying. So
I was too.
It's true. I was an idiot. Yeah, I agree. I look back even a year ago. I look back at myself and I'm like, man, I was such an idiot a year ago. I've grown so much. Every year I look back at myself and I'm just like, ugh. You? I can't even start. Oh, yeah. That.
When Kara's probably gone for good, as is our interviewer. I love them and it's so sad. You would think, though, that since the interviewer knew that it was possible. Look at this idiot. So lazy.
I figured out that both of our straws that we have fit into each other perfectly, and I can extend my straw. I can then take a black one and put it on this white one and make it even longer.
All right.
Mind blown. Thank you.
So, I totally forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
It's your story. How am I supposed to know? Crap. I don't listen to you.
Oh, but since the interviewer knew about it, like, you would think that he would create a copy of himself, but I don't.
He didn't know about it, and he's not in charge of the foreign guy, the alien dude. He's not in charge of him. So what did you think? Okay, we're gonna jump around a lot in the timeline here, but what did you think about the whole why they were killing off all the humans?
I thought that was super cool and interesting because I did not see it.
Yeah,
coming.
Everybody's like, oh, it's because they're trying to kill
human.
humans, but it was like the complete opposite. Basically, like this race does not want to.
I literally had to reread that part because I was like, wait.
Yeah, and they don't want to. What is it called? Like corrupt our evolution, and that's why what's her face survived. And I remember you telling me, you're like, I think it's because she's part alien, right? And
yeah.
I'm like, you're gonna find out soon. And then you did, and I was like, we never talked about it because we're talking about it now. That's one thing that sucks about the book club is that, like, I finish the book like a week in, or you'll finish a book, and then we have to wait 3 weeks to be able to talk about it. I would love to do it like every other week or something like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, maybe when I'm not in school anymore.
We'll talk about this later because I had an idea that may solve that. Like, start one book and then start a book basically every 2 weeks.
I think that's too much for people.
No. It wouldn't be reading a book in 2 weeks. You'd still have a month, but you would do one book at the middle of the month, and then the next book at the end of the month, and then the next book at the middle of the. You see what I'm saying?
I think that'll confuse people.
It would, but, it would just give us a little bit more to do sometimes, and a little bit better to read. I'm just saying. I kind of forget things sometimes when I read it 2 months ago.
Welcome, track 44. I feel Eva seems older than she really is at times.
I love how we never use people's names. We always forget names. I always forget names.
I'm terrible with names in person, never mind book names.
What's his name?
Wolf. So.
Wait, what was his fake name?
Coat.
Coat, yeah. I'll just call him Coat because that's way easier.
Anyway, Michael says Eva has a temper like her mother. I agree. I think Vincent, since he is so smart, maybe she gets that from him.
Well, no, the girl was smart too.
Kara?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know she's smart, but I feel like there's reasons why the daughter is as smart as she is.
Well, it's not all genetics. She is extra alien, though, if you think about it.
Yeah. Nouvelle is a good character creator. They really have their own different voice. That was a really solid plot twist, the reason they kill people. Yeah, and I thought, like, I just thought it was super, like, on the edge of your seat the whole time. Like, all these, like, robots dropping in and, like,
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have a way out. It was like pretty much the whole time I'm just thinking like, man, it's over. There's no, how are they gonna get out of this? Do I have something wrong with my hair? You were just staring at it.
No.
You were like this.
I was like, oh, your hair's nice.
Something's wrong. I'm gonna tell them afterward.
My jaw dropped so many times reading this book. It was just so good. People dying everywhere, places being totally destroyed. I mean, I love that they were able to write such a comprehensive story, at the same time killing off some main people that you really care about, at the same time having tons of plot twists. I just think the series is so good.
It's a good series. I told you
So
when I
good.
started reading it, I was just like, Mick, you got to read this. It's really freaking good. And you were like, okay, well, I'm reading some other book right now.
What was I reading?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Spinning Silver.
Something dumb.
Oh, hey, guys. Hey, Leonard. Leonard said it was such a crazy ride. Better than Transformers.
Well, Transformers is terrible, so that's not really saying much, right?
The gas was really scary. Dude, that gas stuff, like, the fact that it could go through glass was insane.
They're like, we're safe in here. This is safe. Safe area.
That was such a good part.
I know. That was...
Where they were locked together
Look,
and she was learning about him.
Trust me, when that happened, it was like 2 months before you read this book. For me, when that happened for me. And I was just like, I want to talk to somebody about this so bad. This is going to be terrible. And then this new one I haven't read yet, though, so I'm excited about actually, like...
You started it?
I started it, yeah. I'm a couple hours in, but still.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a great book. Like, I feel like... I don't know. I don't know how many of you guys actually read it, but it's just so good.
It seems like Kristen T, Michael Miller, Leonard.
I didn't actually want a number count.
Katie.
But thanks.
Yeah.
How many was that?
I don't know. I'm just naming people.
What was everyone's favorite part? Because obviously that was my favorite part when the narrator died. We never got his name, right?
Nope.
So when he died and he was telling
his
story and everything, like, his parts were the best. And then also when What's-Her-Face died, I wasn't expecting her. I thought they were all going to make it. When people died, apparently I love when people die in books. That's my favorite part. When Kara died and when he died. And
it's so unrealistic for everyone to make it out of it. It's not... I mean, that's my biggest thing with, like, fantasy and stuff, like, a lot of times, is the main characters, none of them ever die.
But they did. And I was very happy.
Love the old man at the narrator, the Chinese restaurant. His stories cracked me up. Dude, it's funny because I love that guy, and I don't remember his name. They gave him a name. That's super loud. They gave him a name, and, but I knew anytime he would come on, I was like, crap, I have to pay attention because he's going to tell this story that he says has no bearing on anything, but it's going to have really big significance.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a story. You don't know.
But his personality was awesome. Like, he's probably my second favorite character.
Definitely.
So I guess now my favorite, since my first favorite's dead.
Yeah.
That's why I love BookTube and social media. No one reads around me, and my boyfriend really doesn't care. At least you have each other. Yeah, but we didn't read together a lot until the book club. Like, you would read your stuff.
Well, because you just read so many books. I can't read so many books. I have so many other things that I have to do. Like, I can basically only read when I'm either making wands or when I'm at work. That's the only time, right? And at work, I don't always have time, but that's it. You can read it. You like to just sit around and read. I don't like to just sit around and read. I like to do other things while I read.
I think my favorite part was when Kara left to save Eva. This woman who was adamant about not having kids dropped everything and even left while Vincent was missing. I actually really liked Kara. She frustrated me a lot in book 1, but I still love her. I agree. I think I even told you she was like one of my least favorite characters at one point.
But you appreciated her.
I appreciated her as a character. And then she grew on me. And then when she died, I was actually like, no. Like, she can't die. I thought it was a joke. Not a joke, but I thought she was, like, gonna come back. She was really alive. The part where the narrator was hurting the reporter for information I found really funny for some reason. I found it so disturbing.
What happened? I don't remember.
He, like, had the guy interrogated.
Oh, yeah, and he was saying that, like...
He wanted to know why certain people were dying and certain people weren't. And he was one of the ones that didn't die. So he was interrogating him for information as to why he didn't die.
But he wasn't interrogating him. He was torturing him.
Torturing, yeah.
Yeah.
And I just found it so disturbing. And like at the end, when the guy was like, "Yeah, I don't think he knew anything," and the guy's like, "Yeah, I didn't think he knew anything the entire time."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Dang, like you're bad." Like I don't know.
Gotta be bad sometimes. For the greater good, guys. For the greater good.
We are talking about Waking Gods.
Waking Gods, and we're spoiling the crap out of it. So if you didn't read it, mute it.
We're gonna be talking about this one soon.
Yes,
so.
We're wrapping up this one.
Dude, the torture scene was crazy, and then he admitted he knew he wasn't gonna get results from the guy, but kept on anyway. That's what disturbed me the most, I think, was that, like, he just knew that nothing was gonna come of it, and he still tortured him. I was like, oh my god.
So just a reminder, we are going to be reading the third book in this for next month, but then we're also voting on the other option. It's up in the little in the corner over there in the eye. Just click on that. Vote for your book, or for the 4 books that we have on there. Vote for one of the 4. You know what I'm talking about. Stop it. Go do that so that we have a vote at the end of the video. All right? Okay.
All right. The genetics lady was annoying, but they made her that way. Dude, she annoyed the crap out of me.
But that's the point. You're supposed to hate her. But she didn't annoy you because like she was written badly. She annoyed you because she was such a B.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes characters annoy me because of the way that they're written, like just badly. I don't like they're just written like I don't know, there's no point for them to be the way they are. But she just like doesn't care about people is the main thing. I hate your cat. I hate her.
I feel like that scene opened up a whole new side to the interviewer. Yeah, but then they just killed him off right after that. Alyssa was a B word, and I really hated every scene with her. She grated on my nerves, which is what makes her such a well-written character. Why is it so hot in here?
It's not. It's perfect in here. What's the temperature say?
73.
73 degrees. Beautiful.
I'm
I'm wearing shorts. You're wearing a sweater.
I don't know. I gotta take
Oh,
this off.
yeah, baby.
I'm too hot. Inferno Mall says, hi, Kivox.
Hey, what's up, Inferno? We're talking about books. Just so you know. Before you leave, hit that thumbs up.
So, it's still snowing there.
Oh, my. Wait, Canada. From what I heard, I have a friend in Canada. Pretty good friend. I think her name is Coffee or something like that. And she says that it's extremely hot in Canada. So I don't know what you're talking about, T. All right. I heard that it's really hot there. So get it right, get it straight, get yourself together here. All right.
Most hated character in any book ever.
Was that one?
I mean,
that
I
girl?
really didn't like her, but
wow.
Book nerd striptease. Anyway, so
what the heck was that? Your hand.
I was gonna like talk and then my throat died.
Let me get my straw out of my coffee and put it in my water.
I hate that straw. It makes so much noise because it lets air in. It's like blah, 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 blah.
Here you go. Is that better?
No.
It's not better.
The dog's looking at you like, what are you
Look at this.
eating?
It's like magic.
Hi.
Hooey, girl.
Hi. Yeah.
I hate your cat.
All right, let's get on to Name of the Wind by
I get a
Patrick
shirt
Rothfuss.
that says "I hate your cat." Anyway, guys, I love this book. It was I'd give it the series of 5. This one I think I like this one better than the first one because of all those deaths in it. Because of the deaths, it just like I was just like I love that character so much, but I'm so happy they killed him off. The next book, by the way, has my least favorite character out of the whole series, and you have not met her yet. It's a girl.
Because Alyssa's a pretty hateable character.
There's another one that I hate. Mark Miller, I think you know who I'm talking about, but you already finished that book. He already finished it. He already read the whole thing. I think he did.
Why are you always using straws anyway?
Straws, coffee. If you drink coffee, it's better for your teeth. Doesn't stain your teeth as much if you use a straw, because you don't like get it staining your front of your teeth. Stains the inside of your teeth, no problem, but at least it's less presentable. You're more presentable. I don't know.
I don't like using the same straw for different liquids. Cross-taste contamination.
This is water, okay? This is water. Relax. It's not a different drink. It's the only drink. The other ones are other drinks. This is the main drink. There's water and coffee.
It's rare that a sequel is so good. I'm going to mute it. Can you guys let me know when we talk about next month's picks?
I'm going to leave... Who said that?
Kristen.
I'm going to leave it to T. to let you know. Or Mark. I mean Mike. Did I call him Mark Miller before?
I don't know.
I think I did. I'm sorry, Mike. One of you guys could just message her on Patreon and let her know.
I don't know
Thanks.
what my most hated character is.
In what? In every book?
In any book. Alright, so T says she's gonna. So, with Name of the Wind. But. No, T did finish Name of the Wind. Speaking of most hated characters, I don't think there's, like, a true villain in this book, is there?
Yeah. The guy that killed his family.
The Chandrian?
Yeah. The guy that ruined his life. His life was going pretty good at the beginning of the book, and then all of a sudden, hey, my whole life got ruined by these jerks. So, yeah, they're the bad guys. Like, obviously. And they were about to kill him. But then the boss was like, yo, no, let's get the heck out of here, because I sensed something.
I gave Name of the Wind a 5. Took me forever to read it, but loved it so much I didn't mind it taking time. You could just get lost in it.
I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 4.5.
I gave it a 4 because it was great at the beginning. I loved the middle of it. But then once... I don't like that girl. What's her name?
Denna.
I don't like Denna. I don't trust her.
I told him that I didn't like her, and he's like, yeah, me neither.
No, I thought that right off the bat.
No,
I
I'm
was
saying,
just like,
though, like, we had the same opinion without talking about it.
I also don't like characters that are, like, always just, like, hooking up with everybody. Even though I don't think she actually is, like, hooking up with them. But she's still, like, flirting and all that stuff. And I always feel, like, super uncomfortable. And I'm always like, I don't like people like this, you know? Like, and then he's just, like, an idiot. Keeps chasing her. Like, it's like, how would you ever trust somebody like that? You know? So...
She just annoyed. I have to say, like, the reason I'm not giving this book a 5 and I give it a 4.5 is because of her.
Me too.
Like,
because that whole arc at the end with her, I thought it was
like,
the dumbest
his
thing.
adventures
And then
with
she
her
disappears. And
all
she's like,
the
I was
time.
waiting for you at the thing. And I was like, shut up. You weren't waiting for him. Don't lie to that little man. I don't like her. And that ruined the book for me. That whole arc, I mean, he could have gone there and not found her. And I think it would have been better. If he took out, like, he did everything by himself anyways. She didn't even help. She was just there to, like, be rescued,
and
basically.
Get drugged up.
And yeah, it was just like, great. You found this thing and you just stick it in your mouth.
Like an idiot.
If you find things in the woods, don't stick it in your mouth. I mean, it's kind of like just like a good advice for life. Just don't put random things in your mouth. It's not good.
4.5. If he was still with his parents, maybe he wouldn't have done all of that he did too, which is true. It's like motivation to go on the path that he did. I didn't like.
Well, no, he was still gonna go to school.
Yeah, but he may not have been so reckless with everything else, and he may have had money, and he.
What are we talking about him being reckless? Since when is he reckless?
He's always reckless. He makes snap decisions and does whatever he wants.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Like what? Example, please.
I'm really bad at giving examples.
I'm waiting here. Just one, if he does it all the time. You guys could give us an example, too. Just gonna wait here till the chat updates.
He's reckless. Like, I don't know.
How is he reckless, Meek? Why don't you throw this one out at me?
Breaking into the library or the archive.
At the end?
Yeah, just like that's
how
one
is that,
reckless thing.
How is that reckless?
Because he's risking...
And how is that snap decision? He's been planning that for like 2 years. However long he's been there. He's been trying to figure out how to get in there. So how is that reckless? Or how is that a snap decision? Anybody?
Katie says, I didn't like her too. She was kind of annoying and flaky. T didn't like her either. Denna is the lamest part of the book. I liked what was her name? Devi. She was cool. Yeah, I liked her character.
Who was that? The doctor girl?
She was the
other alchemist?
money lender.
Oh, yeah. She was coming on to him and like
no,
hitting on him.
Like,
she was coming on to him and hitting on him and stuff. That was funny. She's like, I have a bed over here, or whatever she said.
Killing that animal thing was reckless.
How is it reckless? He needed to do it to save everyone.
The only reckless thing was him leaving and going on the trip.
And again, that wasn't reckless.
Like, yes, it was. He just makes these like snap
okay,
decisions.
like what?
Like that, for example.
What?
So
What?
like
What?
he decides that he's just not going to go to class. He's going to skip out on all of his like instructors. He could have gotten kicked out of school.
Okay.
For that.
So this is
for what?
This
to go chasing the Chandrian?
Yeah, his whole the whole point of him going to school is to try to get like revenge. And the whole time he's going, doesn't he mention like saying that like revenge isn't like a good thing or whatever? Also, the school thinks that he's reckless as well, right? They say that to him, but it's messed up that he got kicked out of the thing. He didn't know about he trusted that jerk guy with the candle. It wasn't his fault. I mean, he shouldn't have done it, but like, how the heck is he supposed to know that? There's no rules posted somewhere. Like, that could have probably happened to anybody, but it was that other dude. Like, he honestly shouldn't have gotten in trouble. I don't feel like any of his decisions that he made when he was still homeless, I don't think none of those decisions were reckless, and he was there for like a year, 2 years?
Not those ones. I'm saying like once he got into
so not most of his decisions that he made, just like one decision that he made is what you're telling me.
I feel like I can't remember specific circumstances, but I remember
we have a whole chat full of people here
throughout the book. Like, why would he do that?
Look,
he's risking everything.
I want to be wrong, so just show me when he was reckless. I don't feel like killing that animal thing was reckless because he needed to save the people. The dragon thing, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
That's the only animal thing that I know. That he needed to do that. That was like the only option.
Yeah, with the candle. 3 years. What's 3 years?
3 years is how long he was... Was he homeless? Was he like, roaming around? All of his decisions there, none of them were reckless. They were all...
Except like going into the rich district.
He was risky. He has to risk something to be able to try to like think about it. And at first he didn't know either that he wasn't allowed to be in there, remember?
He knew he wasn't, like, no one went in there. And then he just figured out the reason why.
Yeah, I feel like maybe you're just using the wrong word and I'm taking it too literally. Maybe that's where we're at, you know what I mean? But I feel like I don't think he's reckless. I think he overthinks in some ways. And I still feel like his whole trip to the hills or whatever it wasn't reckless because he had so much time to think about it. He decided that he was going to go, but then he figured out his whole plan. He bought the horse thing, which I thought was really interesting because he knew all about horses and stuff. And I was playing Red Dead Redemption yesterday, and I was like, I don't want to get gypped on this horse. I got to make sure this guy's his boot. He didn't paint he dyed his shoe or whatever, his foot. Yeah. I literally was thinking about that moment when I was buying the horse in that game. I was like, ah. Anyway.
Ambrose was out to get him, and sometimes he made it worse, like egging him on.
Do you think that it was Ambrose that tried to get him killed? Because I don't think it was him.
I do.
I don't think it was him. I think it's somebody else. I think the fact that he just automatically thinks that it's him.
I don't know. I wonder if you ever find out.
Next book, Meek. I think if it is him, it's too obvious, and that would be a disappointment to me. And if it's somebody else, then I'd be like, aha, I knew it. I'm a smart person too, and whoever wrote this was clever to set. I love setup, That's the best thing. My favorite thing about things like Doctor Who is when they set things up for the end of the season. They tease you with a little bit right now, and then they go, oh, I'm going to hold this off until the very end, and I'm going to call back to this. Callbacks are my favorite thing in books. Love them.
Yep.
That was my rant. What do you guys think?
So I feel like, even though at the end nothing major happens, it leaves with so many unanswered things, and it teases on so much at the end that, like, I want to know what happens.
I was definitely disappointed with the ending. I feel like it could have been a lot. Like, I don't know. I expected a climax. There was no really climax. It was kind of like...
I guess it was his adventure in killing the dragon.
Yeah, so the climax to me was him getting to the place. Once it got there, I was like, okay, we're here. It got exciting, and then it was just like going downhill from then. I don't feel like the whole battle with the dragon was like that exciting. Once he found out that he was like a herbivore.
But also, like, I thought it was interesting how his drug didn't work, and that's not how he killed it.
I don't remember.
He, like, fed it that drug thing, and he gave it, like, a super crazy lethal dose, but it still, like, lived and went after the city or the town, and then he killed it there somehow by, like, pulling the wheel
thing
down
that fell on it. Yeah. I mean...
Ambrose would be too easy of a guess, I think. I'm sure it's someone else. Circumstance seems to guide his decisions. That's interesting. I want to know what happened to his mentor from the beginning. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to show up. Oh, by the way, in the audiobook, his old friend, the one that's been at the school, are you okay?
Yeah.
You're just, like, doing this thing and, like, looking at the thing. Anyway, his old friend,
Men something.
yeah, the old guy that goes to school with him, he sounded exactly like his mentor.
You mentioned not liking the voice acting, but I thought it was good.
No, there was like 4 different voices, and they was just like slightly reused every time.
I don't know. I thought it was good. You're crazy.
No, it wasn't bad, but I just like it really wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. All right, I've heard a lot worse, but I just felt like some characters, especially the older characters, like the narrator or whatever, the voice actor had one voice for old people.
Yeah.
And it was like the one old guy voice, and that was everybody's old guy, you know, all the old guys. He did accents pretty well. I loved when he did the like Irish accent or whatever. Yes, they called it a bumpkin accent, but you know, it just sounded like Scottish or I don't know the difference. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody. All right, I don't know which one is which. If I hear both of them, I'm just dumb enough where I'm like, yeah, that sounds Irish. Maybe it was Scottish. Or is there a difference? There is, right? I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
One's from Ireland and one's from Scotland.
Oh my God, mind blown.
Anyway, so, crap, what were you talking about? Oops.
That's your phone, not on vibrate, silence. On do not disturb.
The audio should have been full cast. I mean, I don't know how long ago the audiobook was done, but it was probably before the book was, like, popular.
Oh, quick a little, like, side here. Aside, whatever, however you say it. I hate when books have music in between, like, parts, and they, like, crank the music. That last book, what was it? The one we just read last month. The long one.
Yeah, I can't. Oh.
The moth one.
Anytime you can't think of a book, I can't either. Strange the Dreamer.
Strange the Dreamer. It had these parts in it where, like, it was transferring to the next part or whatever, and it was just like they blasted the music, and it was like all like weird orchestral music, and I could not understand what the guy was saying. I'm like, oh, what is he saying?
And I hate when stuff like that happens, depending on how the music is done. Like once, I literally thought there was like a cop behind me or something because of the noise it made, and I was just like, crap. And yeah, Strange the Dreamer. So I don't know if you guys read the physical book or listened to the audiobook. I did both, so I would read this and listen to the audiobook at the same time sometimes. And the 10th anniversary edition, they actually changed quite a bit.
Really?
Like little sentence things here and there, they like completely changed. Or the calendar, like the time and stuff, or like money, they would change like the time of the month it was or the money, and it was like weird. Maybe
it was like loopholes or something, or things that didn't make sense.
Well, I read the author's note in the back, and he said that like they cleaned up a few things that they noticed over the years. And if you guys like have this edition, the thing he wrote at the back is pretty cool. It's like 5 or 6 pages.
That cover makes so much more sense now, like the broken loop.
Yeah,
that's what it is, right?
What about the cardinal though? They never mention a cardinal.
I'm sure maybe they do, and we just like missed it.
I don't remember it. On my iPad, don't see the I for the books. There should be one.
You can usually, like, it's an option that you...
I don't see it here either. Does it show up if you scroll?
We're not... This is our streaming thing. It won't be on there, you silly goose.
There it is.
Yeah, so if you click on it, or click on the screen, sometimes it shows up. Or if you enable the option, you may have the option turned off for annotations and stuff like that.
I mean, you could tell us your
no,
pick if you want.
Just fix it, all right?
Oh my God.
Fix it, or go to another computer or your phone and do it on there. You're on an iPad, that means that you're probably at home, all right? That means you're on Wi-Fi.
Dana was my least favorite part. I thought
Agreed.
Him like saving her, that other chick from the fire was cool.
Yeah, that was...
I thought for the longest time that he's the one that started the fire.
Really?
But yeah, like for some reason I'm like, oh, here's where he gets kicked out of the school.
Right. Yeah, well, the thing is, you also read that thing, so the whole time in your head, you're thinking like, this is when he gets kicked out. I didn't know he got kicked out.
I recommend not reading this thing if you have this edition, because It spoils stuff.
I just spoiled it for everybody, so we're good.
Figured it out. Okay. What else about this book?
I liked the main character a lot. I thought he was written very. He was smart, right? I always love smart characters. But he was also like.
Reckless?
Bad things happened to him. No, I don't think that anything that happened to him was his fault. Okay, I feel like most of the things that happened were just, like I said, the circumstances, and he made the best out of his situation. I think those are the things that happened, and there's really nothing. What would you have done differently?
I'm not that smart, so I would have not been able to get myself out of most of those situations.
Exactly. So how are you gonna say he's reckless? If anything's, he's wreck, just not less. Just regular wreck.
I liked how the author framed the story. I feel like he's a phenomenal writer. He's very good at like telling a story and putting everything together. Even though there's a lot left unanswered, I think it's neat how they tell you it's going to be 3 days, and I figure that's going to be 3 books.
Oh, that makes sense.
However, the like book 2.5 or whatever, I think, is in the point of view of that what's that girl in the underground?
Arya or whatever.
Whatever.
Arya.
Ori.
Or Arya Stark.
I think it's under her, in her perspective and like her story, and I just don't know if I care.
Okay, so a book.
Unless she becomes something more of a thing in the second book.
A book that did that was a
lot of books do that.
Shh. Let me tell my story first, and then you say your story. Ender's Game.
Yeah.
They did that with Bean. Remember Bean?
No.
And
I don't remember.
I loved it. I loved the Bean story and how he was being groomed to be like the second. Like if Ender failed, he would be there to take over. It's great.
Speaker of the Dead.
No. Speaker of the Dead is the third. Like it's basically the second book, and it's a completely different type of book. And
See, I never read any of them.
I wouldn't. If you loved the first one, I would not recommend the next one because I don't feel like it flows as well. It's just like written, just like completely different type of story. Not the same at all. They also speak Portuguese.
Nice.
It's really weird.
T says, yeah, he was great, smart and intelligent. He didn't overdo it, just did what he needed to be done to get where he wanted, but sometimes it was still impulsive. I thought it was, like, crazy how he was always, like, had money, and then no money, and then a lot of money, and then no money again. And then it was just like...
Again, but a normal person would have just failed there. Like, at his first situation... A normal person would have died when his parents got killed. But he was reckless. And he didn't survive by himself for years because he was so reckless.
Oh my god.
That's what some people think. I don't know what I think about that, but I definitely don't think that.
Love Ender's Game. It is a good book. I like it.
Me too. I don't think he was reckless. I don't get how you're gonna say he was reckless, Meek. Bad things happened to him.
Like, even when he was a kid, like, bringing it back to, like, him being in that city by himself, he was reckless by not allowing that farmer to help him, and then he was never able to find the farmer again. He was
scared, Meek. Like, he hadn't spoken to anyone in, like, forever. Do you remember how he was like, it was weird saying things to people, talking for the first time in forever.
I've heard this called Harry Potter with student loans. I could see it. Well, it's not really like Harry Potter.
Did anybody die in it? Besides the parents and the family? Like any main characters? No. In the next book, some main characters are gonna die.
At least you hope.
Is there another book?
Yeah, it's like 900
Or the third book? Is the third book out?
No. There's that.
Then let's just take it easy.
And then the novella. And then...
We're one step closer to the end, and I'm about to break.
He did have a lot of bad luck.
We're one step closer to the sequel to Sufficiently Advanced Magic. What? Couple more months, babies. You guys are babies, apparently.
There wasn't any war, either. That's kind of nice sometimes, though. Like, I feel like
there's going to be a war. Because the demons are coming. Yeah. The demons are coming. There's going to be a thing. There's going to be a big battle. right? There's something happening because he's like he becomes a legend in other ways than he's already his legacy or his legend is already starting, you know, where he doesn't bleed and he just got like all this crazy stuff happen to him and then all of a sudden he's awake again, you know what I mean? Like so people are already thinking that he's like something that he's not. So interesting.
I'm ready for the next Sam book. I already bought it. All right, so anyone else?
So remember, guys, we got to vote for... Wait, not this one. We got to vote for the 4 books. So if you guys haven't done it yet and you're still here, first thing you got to do is hit that like button.
Get
all
Kristen
right?
back.
And then go call Kristen because she has to vote too. So these are our books. We got Robin Hobbs. I always want to say just call it Robin Hobb. Robin Hobb is a great name for a book, by the way. Robin Hobb, you know?
She's got an awesome name.
These are the books, guys.
We gotta vote. I gotta vote.
So vote on your phone. Meek?
Dude, I thought Bast was a really interesting character, and I still want to know what he is. Like, they hint that he's, like, some sort of fae.
Yeah,
and
he
that,
is. No. They literally say that he is.
Okay. And then I like at the end how he basically says that demons aren't real and the only thing out there are his kind.
That makes sense.
That's kind of neat.
But what about the spider things? Isn't that a demon? Or are they just called something else?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nick, what the heck? Turn it down. Jeez.
Oops. I had it on mute.
Man, you're the worst. I don't know what I want to read. This Robin Hobb looks pretty short. Maybe I want to read this one. Do we have the audiobook for any of these?
Yes.
This one?
No.
Oh, which one?
Why? I don't want your decision to be based off of
That's
that.
what I want to do. Which one is it? Which one do we have?
Robin Hobb.
Oh, that's the one I was going to pick. All right.
You guys cast your votes.
Wait, it's not called Robin Hobb, Meek. It's called Assassins.
That's just going to be its name. So
we're
every Robin Hobb book
I'm reading for Robin Hobbin.
Be the same.
Robin Hobbin.
All right.
All right. So hopefully everybody has voted. If you guys don't see it, refresh the page and you'll see it.
Kivox's face is hilarious when you can't hear him. I see a lot of sass.
Yeah.
Wait, Meek, you're missing some stuff. Where'd the other thing go?
I'm here.
No, we're missing... I hate this dog sometimes.
Why? Your cat is literally right here being a jerk. Right, 11? What's up, Poo-Poo?
All right.
Come on.
It's their fault if they ask me to call.
She probably has to go out. Leave her alone.
Do you have to go outside? Hi.
I'll take her out soon. The video's almost over.
Hi. Yeah.
All right.
Did you vote?
Hopefully everybody. I voted. Yes. I'm gonna refresh this and then we'll check. We'll check who went. What we're gonna read. Better be Robin Hobb. Better not be Scythe because I don't want to read that book. It looks too long. Actually,
when I checked, that one was winning.
No. Damn, I think I'm the only one that voted for Robin Hobbin.
I think so too. I voted for The Witcher. I'm kind of sad that more people didn't want to read that
It's an old book, and I already read it.
With the thing coming out, the show. Hi.
Meek, the show's not coming out for like another 2 years. They haven't even started filming it yet.
I don't know why. I'm just in like a fantasy mood. What are you doing? Now you're stuck. See, you idiot.
Oh God, she's gonna scratch me.
Oh.
Smell her butt, 11. Smell it. Smell the butt.
Oh.
I touched the butt. All right, I guess I'll refresh this one more time, just in case somebody else wants to read Assassin's Apprentice. It's not loading. Hold on, guys. Give me a sec here. Relax.
Nope.
Okay, so it looks like we're reading this one. I don't even know what this is about. It better be freaking good. That's all I'm saying. Because I really wanted to read Robin Hobbin. Okay. Is Robin Hobb old?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Is there a picture of her in the book?
No,
back?
I meant the book. Robin Hobb, the book.
Yeah, those are kind of old.
I don't understand.
Okay. Ow.
Like,
Ow.
I guess, you're really into yourself here with the giant name. You know what I'm saying?
Ow.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, this is the name of the book here. Really little, really tiny.
She's gonna laugh if you end up loving Scythe.
Who's she?
Kristen.
Oh. Anyway.
Robin
whatever.
Hobb is a woman. We know.
Did I say he?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think I did. I know that's a woman.
Oh, I didn't expect that is what she said.
Oh.
Why don't you like my cat? Leave me alone.
She's so cute.
Yes, Scythe is the November book along with Only Human by Sylvain Neuvel.
You want me to stop?
This cat loves me so much.
All right, guys. So thank you for joining us on this wonderful Sunday evening.
The publisher decides on the type size.
The type size? Why would you? I mean, I guess they're trying to show off, like, hey, look at this famous person that wrote this. But it's like, imagine if Harry Potter, like the name of Harry, like the on the title would be like this little right here.
Yeah, but that's not the title.
This is the ratio. Put the author down here. Don't put the author at the top where the title is. You see what I'm saying?
Look at them.
That's all I'm saying. Put the author underneath the title. That's how that works. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Like that video, this video, before you leave. Yeah, that's it.
Thanks for
guys.
joining.
And we'll see you guys next month. And
Don't eat my book.
Eat the book. Eat the book. Eat the book. Yes. All right, guys. Man, this is taking too long. Ready? Bye, bye, bye.
You gotta go outside.
You wanna go pee-pees?
You wanna go?
You wanna go pee-pees? You wanna go pee-pees? You trying? You gonna go?
Oh crap! We forgot to say what date the thing was.
Oh.
Crap!
It's the last Sunday of every month.
She said the 25th.
There you go.
2 p.m. We'll put out a video.
We always make a video. We always talk about it throughout the month.